Sometimes the hardest part is loving without being invited. My wife Marissa and I spent the better part of our 30s in waiting rooms, chasing test results and hoping for heartbeats that never stayed. We tried everything: IVF, medications, supplements that tasted like chalk, doctors with kind eyes who always found some new path forward, but nothing ever worked. Each loss felt like stepping into the same storm over and over, and after a while, we stopped believing there was any shelter at the end of it. We didn't say we were giving up. We just stopped talking about the future like it held anything new. The silence that followed wasn't loud or dramatic. It was heavy, quiet. Some nights, we'd just sit on the couch holding hands, staring at nothing. It wasn't distance between us, just a shared grief that hung over everything. But love doesn't just disappear. It finds places to land. One night, Marissa said, maybe we still have enough in us to raise a child, even if it's not the way we planned. So we started the adoption process. We pictured a baby. That's what the brochures showed. Chubby cheeks, pastel blankets, tiny cries in the middle of the night. It was the future we thought we had been preparing for all along. Then the agency called. They had a 14-year-old boy named Jason. His case file was almost empty. No family, bounced from foster home to foster home, barely spoke, didn't want to be adopted. When they sent his photo, Marissa didn't say anything for a long time. Then she just whispered, "I think we should meet him." Jason arrived carrying a single beat-up backpack and a pair of headphones he barely took off. He said hello so softly, we weren't even sure we heard it. His room was ready. Books, games, posters we thought a teenage boy might like. He didn't touch any of it. He kept his door closed, didn't make eye contact, only came out for meals. I tried to connect with him, asked about music, offered to play video games, even let him pick. He watched for 5 minutes, then left. We took him to a baseball game, thinking maybe the energy would draw him out. He sat there the whole time, arms crossed, headphones in. Marissa took a quieter route. She started leaving snacks by his door. Little notes that said things like, "Have a good day," or "We're glad you're here." Nothing fancy, just tiny reminders that he wasn't alone. He never acknowledged them. The hardest part wasn't the silence. It was the doubt. It was lying awake at night, wondering if we'd made a mistake, wondering if the kind of love we had to give just wasn't what Jason needed. It was easy to feel like strangers playing house with a kid who didn't want us. One night, walking past his room, I heard him talking softly on the phone. I didn't mean to eavesdrop, but his voice stopped me cold. "They're nice, too nice. I don't get it. They don't even know me." It wasn't anger. It was confusion, exhaustion. He couldn't understand why someone would care for him without a reason. And the truth was, we didn't know him. Not yet, but we wanted to. After that, we stopped trying to force it. We didn't push him for answers. We didn't press him to do activities. We just made space. An extra plate at dinner, the porch light left on when he came home late, casual conversations like he was already part of the family, even if he never answered. It took time, months. But one night, while I was fixing the couch, Jason walked into the living room. He didn't look at me, just held out his guitar and said, "Do you know how to change the strings?" I sat back on my heels, smiled, and said, "I can figure it out." That was the first real conversation we ever had. Now, 2 years later, he still doesn't call me dad. I've never asked him to. We go on hikes. He shares his favorite songs with me. Sometimes, he talks about his day at school without being asked. His bedroom door stays open more often than not. The hardest part of adoption wasn't the forms or the waiting. It was learning to love someone quietly, without expecting anything back, and trusting that one day, maybe, they'd let you.